Between the two of them.
The inside of Coates.
Parker gets too heavily involved.
And that's Whitehead and Coates.
It's that day of the week again when we down tools from work and go Legends Cars Racing, official Scottish Legends Cars Championship Racing esports version, and absolutely thrilled to welcome along Glenn Burtonshaw to the box today. Glenn is someone I've known a very long time from racing. I even used to watch his dad race back in the day. So Glenn, thank you very much for joining us. It's lovely to have a Scottish Legends legend with us today. How are you doing?
Well, I'm very well, and actually fantastic for me to come and do this. This is my favourite track. This and Knockhill, definitely my favourite tracks, especially the coastal. It's brilliant tracks. Beautiful place to be, isn't it?
It is. Unfortunately, most of the esports drivers don't like it.
Oh, it's just,
we're getting comments like, "Oh, there's no flow to it." Well, that's what makes it a challenge, surely. You know, it's rather than putting in robotic laps all the time, you know. But anyway, we'll hear from the drivers a little bit later on. But I'm glad you love it. I love it. I always love the visit. The drive can be a pain, but the views, the racing, the track, and the crack is great, isn't it?
Yes, it is, definitely. Oh, I'm disappointed they don't like it. Have they done the coast before then?
Yeah, like we did the international. Here's the answer to that. We'll show you the calendar we've had so far. I know you've watched a couple of rounds already. Round one was back at Knockhill, going clockwise. Then we had Croft. Anglesey International was the first one. So the Tom Price Straight, the long straight, and that was the one that a few guys weren't too, I'd say, not happy with. They did well. The cream always comes to the top, doesn't it? Last week we were at Oulton Park, so I want to thank Becky Aparicio for joining me on commentary for the rounds 3 and 4. It's great to see Becky again. She's sort of kind of our in-house commentator. We're trying to get out on the circuits as well at some point. Anglesey Coastal today, and our rather short series finishes off with Knockhill Reverse. Glenn, that's going to be a mega. I've never commentated on a reverse grid race, and that always throws me out, the reverse circuit. I don't know what it was like for you guys when you went around there first time.
I was not looking forward to it. I've had my worst crash going that way round, and I absolutely love it. I prefer it to the normal way round. It's
okay.
You're at another track completely. It's so different, and the back end of that track going through the bend is just brilliant. Yeah.
Well, we look forward to that next week, and we've got Ben Mason joining us for that one. So real two great drivers, yourself and Ben, joining us in co-coms. While we look back, we're going to look at the championship table. Jack Smith is our multi-champion, is out front. Charlie Devlin, though, is giving him a very good run for his money. Jack responded a little bit to the challenge that we had at Anglesey International, where Charlie Devlin was driver of the round and won 2 wins. Charlie, one of the drivers, not too keen on the track, but say double wins, driver of the round, as you can see from the golden laurels there. But Jack Smith responded last week at Oulton Park. Thomas Potter's third from Dan Heaps, the young Irish lad. Then Scott Bugner in 5th from Oliver Gibson. That was the only place change, I think, last week. Daniel Heaps overtaking Scott Bugner in the standings. Ollie Gibson 6th from Lee Piercy and Alex Forster. Rich Hayden, I don't think he's racing this evening because he's got internet problems, but probably will join us either online or in chat. Cat Potter wrapping up the top 10 for the Flying Pots. As we move down the order into 11th, Caden Cook and Chris Blakey next up from Andy Carroll, Christian Gillian and Craig Curtis, a couple of drivers who didn't start the last round. Hopefully will be back with us either this evening or for our last round. Last time's driver of the round, Cian Haig, did a super job. He's from the Scottish paddock, of course, and you can see by the scores, best score of the campaign for him. And we did manage to keep an eye on those placings, so well done, Cian, and it was lovely to talk to him at the end of the show last week. Callum Enstone next up from Aidan Ingram and Harry Irvin. Paul Laramie completes our top 20. So having a quick look down the times. We've still got a strong load of entries actually going on, which is good to see. Scott Hunter is 21st in the table from Jack Dickerson and 3 drivers who haven't made it. And I doubt if we'll see them now. I hope to be proved wrong, but I doubt if we'll see Kenny, John or Taylor, which is a little bit of a pity. But he's had computer problems, so he's not been able to join the championship, and he's also been working, but he's okay, thank you.
Right, good.
And he's in your livery, as you probably see there. He was going to race. We've got 69 there, but it would have been 72 because we obviously know and respect that Gerard's number was retired. So if we do see Taylor, it'll be in 72. So he's pinched your one. So, but I don't think he's going to do it now, which is a pity. But that was our championship table. So sort of in summary, really, for last week, Jack Smith took the gold medal with the top points over the 3 races, ahead of Charlie Devlin. I think it was only 9 points in it, so it was quite close. 25 points for a win, unlike the 200 in real-life Legends cars racing, 22 points for second place. Tom Potter was podium-bound once again last week, and he took 3rd place, and there was confirmation of Cian Haig as our driver of the round, which leads us in very nicely to a look at the Anglesey Coastal Track. It's the shorter of the 2 circuits that we race on here, and the bit that we're effectively missing is the long Tom Price straight and then the long run back from the hairpin down towards the bus stop, which is the final turn, which is boring, isn't it? Yeah, and you get through a lot of brakes. You use a lot of brakes on that one, don't you, as well?
Yes, it does take away from the flow. This is definitely the better track for me. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good. We're going to have a look at Hot Lap, which is done by Championship leader Jack Smith. And what you do, Glenn, as you like the track, once Jack gets underway, we'll get you to talk us round if you're up for that.
Yeah, I can do my best.
So he's the lead. So this is our championship leader, Glenn, Jack Smith, yellow and blue. I couldn't remember any drivers that have had yellow and blue colour schemes over the years, which is there probably are some kicking around. But Lawrence David, here you go. Talk us around the lap.
Right, first bend. You sort of have to hang out on the outside and then pull your way in through that bend because the outside really grabs you. I don't know if it shows on here, but there's a proper banking to this bend at the hairpin. You need to wait so that you can really go, because this is important power that you're taking now all the way along this straight. You cut in and you do lose speed, but you're very quickly on it again. Again, you can get dragged into the grass on the outside. And this is just sensational fun hurtling up here, especially in the wet. It's just mad. And it's incredibly hard on the anchors to get around the tight section. And it's so tempting to go too fast into this one. Just hold and wait and go. And if you're taking the right here, this is when you get the beautiful view across, down the track, across the sea. And this is the last little complex, which I think is great. You're throwing yourself all over the place. And then this is the ugly bend. This one really wants to grab you to the outside. I think the camber's all wrong. It never feels tidy, but it is what it is.
I didn't know that the last corner was the awkward one, so it's interesting to get that insight, Glenn.
Yeah, and especially in the wet, because the grip normally is right on the edge of the track. If it's wet, that grip has gone, and so you are off the track, waiting to get back on the track again.
We'll see whether we get any messy racing. I think we probably will. One of the things that we didn't have too much of last week, so we may get it today because we were doing reverse grids for these. Yeah. It can get a little bit hectic. Everyone was good around the banking, turn 2, when we were here on the international circuit, and I think we had the main problems going up into Rocket, up the hill and left and right. So that's where the main problems were. So it's a partial reverse grid for race 1, and we've got Andy Carroll who will start on the front with Kate alongside, then Kat Potter and Alex Forster. So it's the top 12 drivers that are in the championship that will be reversed. So it is a partial reverse grid race. We're having fun and games trying to cater for everybody in our next series, which is going to be the Super Classic Formula Ford, again, official series. So we're looking forward to doing that, and we'll put more information online. But we're not capping the entries on that one. We have in Legends, but we are going to change the format a little bit for Formula Ford, and Rich Hayden will talk more about that as we get ready for the start. We'll see the lighting sequence on very shortly. It's nice that the circuit was updated. The graphics have been updated with the latest race control centre. You can see there right of shot, which is a good building and commands a fairly good view, certainly better than the original circuit, which I think, Glenn, you might have raced the original one going back in the day.
I did, yeah.
I never really caught sight of the sort of bit that they're on now from the original circuit, because the commentary box, you could only see the main straight in the last corner. That was it.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting ready for the. Any names you know in this, by the way?
I know Harry. He looks up to me when I'm racing in Scotland, and I know Scott Hunter also races up there. And Kean, you were saying, is the mechanic up there. So I actually know him and don't know I know him.
Right. Yeah, that's very often the case with me around paddocks as well. You get to know people before you know the names very often. So that's good. We've got quite a lot of racing drivers from other championships, a lot of 750 BMW drivers in the championship as well. But no time to do too much more build up, because the lighting sequence is about to complete, and we will be Legends Cars Racing, official Scottish Legends Cars Racing here on Anglesey. And it's Chris Blakey that gets away in the black and gold car up front. We've already got an issue with a car going off. Alex Forster in 5th place at the moment, but it's Blakey from Cook. Lee Piercy again looking sharp in the opening stages as he was in the previous races, and gets tagged and spun around, and that's going to be, we've got a roly-poly as well. Again, that's not unusual at Anglesey. We've seen a few of those in the Nationals. I'm not sure if the Scottish Legends have had rollovers, but that's going to keep the clerk of the course busy tomorrow reviewing all the footage. Rich Hayden already probably ruining the fact that he's got to look at all of these incidents and apply some penalties. But it's Chris Blakey out front with a huge lead at the moment over Alex Forster in P2. And Alex loves Anglesey. Like you, Glenn, he had 2 very good results here and was driving the round as Caden Cook gets tagged and collected with Callum Enstone as well. I don't think the fault of either of those drivers, but this is just sort of first lap sort out, really, I guess.
Yeah. That's a big lead to get so early in the race, isn't it?
It is, yeah, making the most of it. It's Chris Blakey. He hasn't had a win in the competition so far, Chris, but he is a race winner with Virtual Reality Racing Club in other ones. He had 2 5th places, so he'll be keen to try and hang on to that one. We need to start to look at the cars coming through the order, and the top of the big guns, if we can call them that, is Charlie Devlin in the Mystery Machine P3, looking for P2 here in the light blue Scooby-Doo livery. You all know that. It's amazing how many generations actually do know the Scooby-Doo livery, so that's pretty good. He's got ahead of Alex Forster. Alex coming under pressure and passed by Scott Bugler momentarily, and Scott in the orange and black car goes through into 3rd. Scott, normally, as we've said many times on the broadcasts, is mainly a front-wheel drive driver, but he's really taken to Legends Cars Racing superbly, and was 4th in the championship until last week. Dropped to 5th behind Dan Heaps, who should be having a run as well. Dan's down in 11th at the moment, and I pinged. Dan Heaps comes from Ireland, Glenn, and I pinged him and Paul O'Brien together because I thought they needed to have a conversation. So
yes, of course.
It'd be good to get Dan Heaps involved. But is this fairly typical from? It must have been weird for you watching something and not actually driving in it.
It really is. It's very strange. Yeah, it's fun though. It's good. Everybody looks like they're enjoying themselves.
I think they do. Chris Blakey's enjoying it, isn't he, at the moment? Charlie Devlin trying to close him down P2. Chris Blakey with the fastest flying lap, unsurprisingly. Charlie Devlin will get a handle on his lap times when he comes through. Charlie's part of the James Newbury team, to give you some perspective. So,
right.
And obviously, I think has taught James all he knows. So Charlie running in P2 at the moment. He's been great. He's had 3 wins in the championship so far. As we look at Jack Smith in the yellow and blue, which you'll know from the onboard lap that we saw, and Jack has come through from 12th. Charlie Devlin coming through from 11th on the grid in this one, so they've made up a lot of a lot of progress already. And Charlie Devlin, of course, we want to keep ahead of Jack for the championship points. And Jack will want to try and get ahead of Charlie and maintain some points as well. But that's a great shot that Steve's given us there, which shows us the gap over the top four as Jack Smith starts to make a move down behind there. We've got Cian Haig. Cian Haig's doing so well at the moment, really starting to get to grips with the series. Shame we've only got one round left next week. If we had another 2 rounds and drop scores, I think Cian will probably be well inside the top 10. Scott Bugner and Jack Smith having a good race here, Glenn. I mean, Jack is our sort of multi-champion. Scott Bugner is a champion as well in VRRC, as well as racing MGs, as we mentioned on track. But they're having a good race. But is he going to leave the door open now? No, he's not. Coming down out of the corkscrew. That was the bus stop, wasn't it? Yeah. There he come along into turn 1. This is in pit. How frustrating is it when you're coming through the field and you've got a good racer in front of you? And I'm not saying Scott's blocking Jack, because he isn't, but it can slow your progress up, can't it?
Well, for sure, Jack is looking ahead to Charlie, isn't he?
Yeah.
If there's a championship involved, and he's dropping away now, isn't he? But, and, to be fair, look at Chris. He is slowly being caught, but he might have enough time just to keep pushing on if he doesn't make any mistakes.
Yeah, he could be all right. We're on lap 4. This is race 4 of 10 on the time tower. It's lap 4 of 10. And here we go then with Jack Smith having a look now, makes the move on the inside. Change of camera angle. I think Steve might have done some tweaking or improvements in some of the camera angles we've got. I'm not saying there was anything wrong with the international circuit pictures that we have, but lovely overhead shot, almost a drone shot as they go into the rocket complex, which was great to see. And it means that Jack Smith does indeed get up into P3. We've got Craig Curtis coming out as well. Craig Curtis is in 5th place there, and on home tarmac you can see with the Welsh Dragon that's there as well. Now Craig Curtis hasn't been with VRRC for some time. I did look up last week thinking he might be back last week, but he wasn't. When it was, he was last around, but he is a winning driver in VRRC, and very clearly has got to grips with these cars and getting stuck in with Scott Bugner. I haven't seen that many races between Craig Curtis and Scott Bugner over the years, but I think they have raced together before. They do know each other relatively well. Alex Forster still in 6th, Cian Haig 7th, Callum Enstone looking good in 8th place from Christian Gillian and Scott Hunter. And I'm guessing we maybe lost Thomas Potter early on with problems, because he's down in 14th. Caden Cook 18th and Cat Potter as well. So the Potter clan not having the best of luck at the moment. I was chatting to some drivers at the weekend who used to race in karts against the various Potters, and had a good old chat with them as we continue to look at some great action, including Harry Irvine. So Harry in 13th place at the moment, trying to have a go here at Lee Pearcey, who was up front earlier on. So you can give a critique for Harry here if you like, Glenn.
Well, I know he was out for the firework night event at Knockhill on the small oval a month or so ago, and I know he had a barrel of fun, as I understand it. He's good.
He's enjoyed it. He's a good film editor as well.
This, but he's good. As he crashes, no.
Yeah, that was Lee Pearcey getting it all sideways there, the white, yellow and blue car. Lee Pearcey, incidentally, is another second-generation driver from small oval stock. His dad, Jeff, was a Group A hot rod champion back in the day at PRI.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, not always mention that, but worth doing it now. I used to race it, I think he had a Toyota Starlet, if I remember correctly, in the Group A's, which were nice for him before the cars got too big and didn't overtake, that was, in those days. Scott Bugner continues to come under pressure from Craig Curtis, so Craig having a good go at him. Alex Forster trying to close up in blue behind these guys as well. Alex having a good strong run again, which is really good to see. Christian Gillian here in 8th. Nice to see Christian up there, recovering from a broken bone earlier on in the year. Missed out the mini championship, and contact there. Craig Curtis, I think, just at the wrong moment into Scott Bugner, who gets punted and loses ground as the fastest lap goes the way now of Jack Smith in P3, but 3 seconds down on the race leader, 3 seconds down on second place, who is now only half a second shy of Chris Blakey. And Steve very rightly goes to the mystery machine, making chase here for Chris Blakey. Now, when we get into territory, you can see the drifting going on there as they go through Church Corner. Glenn, what's the best, for your point of view, passing place here on the Coastal?
You're approaching it now. It's if you can put up a good toe all the way up this hill and take the bend well, then you can dive on the inside. After that, it's little dives around the track, or maybe going into the first hairpin. But it's that long sweep up the hill. In real racing, there's a lovely toe to be had there, because the engines are just flat out, so all you've got left is toe.
We do. Apparently, the toe is a thing from virtual. Have you got a rig, by the way, or has George got a rig?
George hasn't. I have, but I'm in the middle of replacing the hard disk. I was hoping to come and play with you, but
oh right,
I'm nearly there now. I'm nearly there, but
that'd be great to have you along for. I mean, don't restrict it to Legends. Come and have a go with something else. I'm sure, Richard, we'd love to have you along racing.
Yeah,
so feel free to do that. But there's some speed here from Charlie Devlin, isn't he? He's really throwing the car around. He's got the hang of this, as Charlie, and he's going to be pleased to be getting some points back in this race on Jack Smith. But at the moment, he wants the lead. And the points will go from, he's 2 points ahead in the race on Jack Smith. Jack Smith's got the fastest lap, so he'll get an extra point for that. And here he comes, the move now, squeezing his way through on the inside as they go through Church and up the hill. And he's going to try and hang it on the outside as Chris Blakey will dive back to the inside, but the job is done for the Mystery Machine. And it is Charlie Devlin who, at the venue for his first wins in the championship, having been virtually present on the podium in most of the races up to that point, he's going to grab another win here. So Charlie Devlin getting loads of practice. I've got to say, Glenn, he does lots of iRacing as well, and I think was in an endurance race at the weekend and scored well in class. I don't get a chance to go through all the results. Maybe a little bit of track limits there, perhaps. But Chris Blakey doing a good job in P2. And now down to Craig Curtis and Alex Forster. And Alex has got the whiff of a fourth place here as Charlie Devlin takes the fastest lap and the point that goes with it. So that's potentially 6 points carved out of the championship lead of Jack Smith, who's still in P3. But some good racing.
yeah, it is good racing. I noticed before the event started that Thomas, Daniel and Craig had done so many more practice laps than anybody else.
Yeah.
And maybe it counts if it's not a track you're regularly going to. There's all the nuances of that track become ingrained, don't they?
They do, yeah, muscle memory, and you kind of fly around and do your stuff with the more practice. And Thomas Potter, as you say, showing that his practice is working for him, making a move there and getting up ahead of Cian Haig. But look at Alex Forster now deals with Craig Curtis, and he's got the inside run here on the exit of Rocket as they head down towards Peel Corner. A little bit tail happy there though was Cian. That will scrub off a little bit of momentum, but Craig Curtis was slightly in the wrong place. That's not a mistake. He just wasn't lucky enough in being in the right place, lucky enough to make the most of that. This is interesting to see Chris Blakey not being left here. They're about to go on the last lap, Glenn, and Chris Blakey has done a good job of keeping up with Charlie Devlin. He's not close enough to make a move, but he's certainly in his mirrors.
Yeah, but Charlie can't make any mistakes, can he?
No.
He's got to do a perfect lap.
So feeds it in, goes through the banking, turn one. He will power his way out of here again. These majestic views here at Anglesey and down into Church Corner. Chris Blakey going for his best result of the season so far. It's going to be great to get to have a chat with Chris Blakey in this one. And Jack Smith and Charlie, we kind of talk to fairly regularly anyway. But always good to have a new driver up on the podium. And he's done a superb job here as Chris Blakey. He had a ding-dong in his BMW, I think the last round of the season, and he's in the middle of rebuilding or building a new car up. We'll talk to him about that on the podium for his real-life racing so he can get out testing soon. But Charlie Devlin has shown great pace once again, and he's looking good for the win as he exits the corkscrew now down into, or just about to exit the corkscrew for the last time, and will retain the lead and take another win in the championship. Out of the bus stop we go, virtual checker at the ready, and it's Charlie Devlin in the Mystery Machine that takes the win, as he did on the international circuit. A great win for Charlie Devlin. Chris Blakey in second place, Jack Smith third. Alex Forster gets a very good fourth position. So Alex on form again. Scott Bugner, despite that little bit of contact, she managed to get back ahead of Craig Curtis. So great recovery from Scott Bugner. Craig Curtis sixth from Thomas Potter, who looked to have issues in the early stages of the race. Kian Haig, Lee Piercy was ninth, with Daniel Heaps wrapping up the top 10. Scott Hunter 11th from Christian Gillian and Harry Irvin. Then it was Paul Laramie, Caden Cook in 15th from Callum Enston, Aidan Ingram 17th. Aidan was on form last week as well, and he's really getting to grips with these cars as well. Hopefully we'll see good stuff from Aidan in the next couple of races as well. Andy Carroll 18th, welcome back Andy. Jack Dixon 19th, and Kat Potter completing our finishes in 20th, and we're with the top three in just a moment.
I've had a lot of challenges in my life, and Helen was always there, supporting me through everything. Today, we're facing a new challenge. Helen has been diagnosed with a terrible disease. Dementia is nothing less than a worldwide epidemic. Formula One moves fast. By contrast, medical research can be painfully slow. We want to bring some of our Formula One technology into the laboratories. Our charity, Race Against Dementia, will help to accelerate the pace of dementia research. Let's beat dementia together.
Welcome back. On to our first podium interviews of the round, and we'll start with the man in third place, which is Jack Smith. Jack, good week. Well done on the podium. And it looked like a fairly typical now Legends Cars race. You're having to work your way through from 12th place as the championship leader. Hard work and good progress.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was a decent race. Bit of a messy start, but yeah, got through it, and then it was just following Charlie through, and I just couldn't get past Scott for a few laps, which held me back a bit. But yeah, got past him and slowly catching. So yeah, got closer towards the end, but not really close enough. So yeah, we'll see what we can do in the next one. Yeah, fairly happy with that first race. I think it was a good showing. I'm properly knackered tonight. I don't know what's going on, but I'm really, really tired tonight, so I'm struggling to focus 100%. So, yeah, I'm trying my best, but it's a bit tricky tonight. So, yeah, I'll keep trying harder, see if I can get anything else out of me.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, we're all allowed to be tired due to hard work or whatever, or hard drinking probably from students sometimes, isn't it? I don't know whether you guys do that or not. But Glenn Burtonshaw's joining us on commentary today. He's one of the leading lights in the Scottish Championship and a lot of experience in racing legends and caterhams and all sorts of things. And when you were having that battle with Scott, we were saying that, you know, obviously we kind of knew you were quicker. How frustrating is it? I mean, Scott's not holding you up. He's racing you, isn't it? It's not a hold up, is it? It's a proper race at that point.
No, yeah, 100%. It's a proper race, and yeah, in my mind, I'm like, I want to get past Scott as fast as possible. But yeah, it's always tricky. Scott's not an easy person to overtake, so it's he holds up a proper defence every time you come up against him. So it's yeah, it's never easy. But Scott is always really, really fair with his racing. So there was like, you know, zero contact between us, and it was all really, really close stuff. So it was mega. Really, really always enjoy racing against Scott. Done racing against him for many, many championships now. So yeah, always a pleasure racing Scott, and it's I'm sure he looked great on the stream as well.
And to be fair,
good, yeah.
He hung on behind you as well, didn't he, for a lap or two? And then he got into a bit of a mess, but it wasn't as though you could just absolutely pull away. He was hanging on in there.
No, yeah, 100%. Yeah, Scott. I mean, he wasn't slow at all in practice. He was there or thereabouts. So yeah, 100%. If you're in that slipstream behind on the sim especially, it's so strong, the slipstream in these. So within half a second, it's such a strong pull you get from the car in front that he would have. I think he would have been able to follow us through all the way near the front towards the end of that race. He didn't have a bit of a mess, but. Yeah, I think he's definitely got a strong start for the next few races for sure.
See what he can do. Thanks very much for that, Jack. Good luck for the remaining race. We normally get to chat to you more than once, so good luck for the other ones, and congratulations on the podium.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Second position goes to Chris Blakey. I haven't spoken to Chris since a couple of podiums. The last championship we did, which was the BMW GT4 Sprint Championship. So, Chris, welcome back to the podium. And that was a good race. You got a good lead earlier on, made the most of it, and were keeping in touch, certainly, with Charlie Devlin in the closing stages as well.
Evening, gents. Yeah, I haven't had a particularly successful series this way, but yeah, they're still great fun to drive. Yeah, I had a really amazing start for once. Actually got off the line, moved. got a decent first corner and just never looked back. And I saw the blue dot of Charlie. I knew he was going to catch me, and obviously made myself a little mistakes, and that was it. But once he got past, I thought, right, I'll see what I can learn, and just hung on to the back of him for a little while. So I was happy with that. Very happy.
That's good. I was mentioning during the race, and I don't know whether you guys hear it or not, or whether some of you, I know some drivers watch it back, but I was saying about the damage that you had at the end of the season, and how's the new build going in your BMW?
Slowly, very slowly. It's starting from fresh again, isn't it? So it's slowly been stripping the old car, which is at my the in-laws' house, and bringing the parts back to mine. But then I've got to do all the E46 reinforcement welding before I can put the subframe on. Then I get out of a roll cage. It's a lot of work. It took me 3 years to kind of like buy the car as a standard road car, slowly turn it into a track / then eventual race car, and now I've got like 4 months left, I think, before I really need to be back on the track. So yeah, it's one of those things. It was just unfortunate, but that shell couldn't be saved. So it was a biggie. It was a biggie.
Yeah. Are you? And then you spend all your spare time sort of practicing for these and racing these as well. Is it nice to have a little bit of sort of time away from prep to come and do this?
Yes, but unfortunately work's been taking up the rest of my free time at the minute, and like I've been putting in so many hours at work, it's just been unreal at the minute. So my practice on this has been not much. I think I've got about 20 something laps on this ready for this weekend.
Well, you've done well then.
So yeah, I'm happy with that. Anglesey's not a track I've ever driven, so I can't like I've not got no real references to it. So I'd love to one day, but unfortunately it's not on the calendar for next year at the minute. But yeah, it's still a tricky one. It's such a tricky one, especially that last sector. I must admit, when I first tried to go around here, I did turn left to go up the loop, and wonder why I got a track limit. So I was I'm middle of the track. Why am I in track limits? So yeah, it took a couple of goes to get into my head.
Nice one. Great to have you back on the podium, Chris. Reverse grid for the next one. So we'll see you coming through from was it 11th on the grid?
Something like that. Fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. It's all about the lottery of the reverse grid. So yeah, stick with it. See what we can make up, and hopefully we'll be speaking again.
Well, nice one. Congratulations on P2. Great to speak to you again, and good luck for the next couple of races.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, mate. So that's Chris Blakey, and our winner is Charlie Devlin. Welcome back, Charlie. I know you're not keen on Anglesey, but you must be getting a little bit of an affinity with it now, taking so many wins here.
Yeah, it's not like for me to get a bit of luck really, and don't know what's going on, because every track that I seem to absolutely despise actually seem to have some talent at. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but yeah, another 25 points in the bank, slowly catching Jack back up, who's starting to get a little bit out of touch. So yeah, really we need at least another win and another podium today, I think, to catch him up for the final round. But yeah, another good race.
That was good, very well driven, and it was clear that you wanted the win, and made a good move. Wasn't where I expected it to be. We were thinking it was going to be maybe sort of up the inside. Glenn was tipping you for the inside at Rocket, but it was on the inside going through Church, which was a lovely move, and you kept the momentum going. So that was really good. Very quickly, you were doing some endurance sim racing at the weekend, and I think, was it a class podium, or did I get that wrong?
Yeah, I was doing the Brick Car 24 Hour with Scorpio Esports. Massive thank you to them for letting me race and having trusting me to drive for them. We were on the podium P3 until the last 15 minutes, and one of our teammates games decided that it didn't want to do gaming things anymore.
Oh, that's a shame.
And yeah, so I had to jump in for the last 15 minutes, rapidly catching back up to the P3 car. But yeah, just unfortunately ran out of time. So it was a P4 in the end.
Okay, well, it's good anyway. Good that you're doing all that and enjoying it. And yeah, so reverse grid race now. I mean, they're all reverse grid races for you, aren't they? Because you're strong in the championship, so you've always got work to do in race 1. And if you do well in race 1, you've got to do it again in race 2. And then if you've done it in race 2, you're going to be off the back again for the final. So it's all work and I was going to say all work and no play. This is play to a certain extent, but it's every point is earned, isn't it, in Legends?
Yeah, at the moment, obviously at this stage in the championship, it's kind of rinse and repeat. You know, you start mid-pack, you got to get your way to the front. You go back to the back, get your way to the front again. So, you know, it's always a very, very, very good challenge to get through all the drivers, just to get yourself to the front, make a good stride towards championship lead as well.
Oh, that's good. Are we going to see you in the Formula 4 Championship as well?
I'm in an iron at the minute. I might not. I've got some things coming up on other sims as well. So
all right,
we'll have to see in the future.
What we need to do is badger Rich Hayden for a discount for getting a top position in this one.
Yeah,
come and join us.
We'll have to see.
Yeah, we've got a lot of real world Formula 4 drivers coming in as well. I'm going to let you get away, Charlie. Well done on the win. Good to see you back on the top step of the podium again. Only got about 30 seconds to go, so in case you've got any last minute adjustments to do, we'll let you do those. But well done, and hopefully we'll speak to you a bit later on as well.
Thank you.
So that's Charlie Devlin, our race. Blakey in P2 and Jack Smith in 3rd place. Championship hotting up. I didn't see who got fastest out. I think Charlie had it towards the end. He didn't mention that, but so Charlie would have pulled back 6 points on that one, Glenn, so not bad for him. Christian Gillian on the front of this one with Scott Hunter alongside, then Daniel Heaps and Lee Pearcey. Lee goes off the front again, so we go again, as we always say, with Cian Haig in 5th position. The outside of the 3rd row is the flying teapot, Mr. Potter. Let's see what he can do. Normally likes a reverse grid, does Thomas. He's quick through the pack normally anyway. It's a great start from Christian Gillian, not so good from Scott Hunter, but Scott will try and put that behind him now in P2 with Lee Pearcey in 3. And I think that was Caden Cook spinning out there on turn 1. So Caden not having the best of starts to the race, but that will put him down near the front for a 3rd bite of the cherry for our extended lap final as they sort themselves out. So it's Gillian from Pearcey, Scott Hunter, Cian Haig and Thomas Potter in 5th. Scott Bugner 6th, so Scott's made good progress. Jack Smith already up into 7th with Charlie Devlin right behind him as they come up towards the rocket complex for the first time. This is where we hold on to our hats because it could go 3, it could go 4 wide as they come in here, and this tends to be the bottleneck on the track on lap 1 rather than turn 1. Are they all going to behave themselves? We look at Paul Laramie. The answer is they do mostly, but sadly we see Craig Curtis having a little bit of a problem, the Welsh Dragon having a sticky moment and drops back. But first lap sort outs now, Glenn, largely done, and they can get their heads down and crack on with the race. How much of a sort out is there in real life Scottish Legends in lap 1 usually?
Yeah, very much so. I would say it's generally the first 2 or 3 laps because of the tow that you take around the next lap anyway. So it still is generally congested. And this looks the same, doesn't it? There's big groups of cars at the moment, and they will be all the way up to the top of the track. It's just the nature of the track.
Yeah, they'll sort themselves out for sure. Scott Bugner at the moment is doing a Chris Blakey, isn't he? He's got away 1.3, but Charlie Devlin, how has Charlie Devlin done that? He says he doesn't have, he has the luck at the circuit. He said despise the circuit, didn't he? Which I thought was I'm sure Richard Peacock will be very happy to know that his circuit is despised.
He needs to despise more tracks. That's the way it works.
If it makes it more of a challenge, then go for it. It's Charlie Devlin. I'm wondering potentially here, I don't want to put the curse of the commentator on him, but you know, we might be looking at a hat-trick. We haven't had one of those in the Legends Championship yet, but that is not going to be easy, particularly with Jack Smith now up into 3rd place ahead of Alex Forster. Alex strong again. He was our driver of the round here last time out, so he's doing well. Chris Blakey's come through as well in 5th, so Chris having an excellent round. Scott Hunter doing well in 6th place, so holding ground is Scott in 6th, so that's worth us looking at as well, because we need to, I don't know if you've got your Discord Messenger open, but during the final we'll need to swap a few notes as to who might be driver of the round. It doesn't have to be the the overall winner or anything like that. It can be drivers that have progressed, and we'll ping ideas around as we get closer to that. But Scott Hunter doing well, as is Christian Gillian. Andy Carroll 8th after a disappointing first race. Paul Laramie, Aidan Ingram in the top 10. That's encouraging to see. And I point that out because Aidan is a youngster we met on one of the scholarships. Can't remember if it was the Fiesta one or the Ginetta one, or indeed both of them. It might be the Fiesta one. And Aidan has got into the reverse grid zone there. So he started outside the reverse grid position. This one has got into the top 10. So excellent stuff from Aidan Ingram. And let's hope that he can hold on to that and maybe get a little bit further up, Aidan. If he does, he'll match his best result from Oulton Park, which was best result of the season, Oulton Park 10th place. As Scott Bugler, Charlie Devlin and Jack Smith, that is a wholesome top 3, with Scott Hunter getting stuck in as well. Gets a little bit of a tap, does Scott, from Andy Carroll, but holds on to it. Christian Gillian in front of him at the moment as well. But we've got a very tasty top 3 out front ahead of these guys at the moment. But some good racing going on as they head out of Peel and down into the corkscrew once again. It's funny, yeah, real world drive. I don't know any real world drivers who don't like Anglesey, but it's weird that we do get that little bit of negativity from esports. Maybe because it's not used very much. I think it's a lot of the thing with esports is that the drivers tend to go on, you know, will go to the Nürburgring, they'll go to all the Grand Prix circuits and get plenty of that, but don't actually get to race on a proper track like this. And this is a proper track, isn't it? Richard Peacock designed it around the contours of the land, didn't he, when he put the tarmac in?
Very much so. Again, I think that's another thing. It reminds me of, for instance, Knockhill. I think that these tracks where the thing swoops up and down hills, it adds something special when you're racing. You're aware that it feels special. It's the same as Donington. Donington has the feeling of being a very special track. Yeah, it's nice. And maybe getting this by the extended track at Anglesey isn't so special, because that is just a flat drive down to one end, turn around and come back again.
Yeah, it's almost like they wanted to use it's the old bit, isn't it? It's the old sort of back straight and home straight. Yes. And I think maybe and it's fair enough, and it's really handy for testing and stuff like that. A lot of F3 teams go there. We've got the battle for the lead now. So Scott Bugner, who managed to fend off Jack Smith for a few laps in race number 1, is going to try and do the same here from Charlie Devlin. And this might help Jack Smith, but I tell you what, not for long, because Charlie's making the move out of the inside line of turn 1, outside on the bank. He's now going to try and get the run, slip up the inside. He's got some good pace here on this part of the circuit. This is just before where he got the lead in race number 1, but gets the lead again in race 2. Charlie Devlin's your top driver again. Super stuff.
Not have to tow up the hill.
Yeah, he will. Let's see whether Scott Bugner can come back. And Scott Bugner is coming back at him. I love watching Scott for real in his MG. He's a quick peddler and lovely guy to chat to as well. They're still side by side. Here we come. Bugner on the inside. He'll cut across. They just have a little bit of a tag. Yeah, almost a rub. And there was no... there could have been bigger contact there, but there wasn't. That was just racing. I'll be surprised if that gets looked at, to be honest.
No, that was good racing, I think, yeah. It's giving Jack a chance to catch up with them, isn't it? He's,
catching hand over fist at the moment. And has Charlie got the pace to get away, or is he going to have to carry on defending? That could be a good film, couldn't it? Carry on defending. Younger viewers won't have a clue what I'm talking about. Glenn probably doesn't either, because you're a good few years younger than me as well. Down the straight and into turn 1. So we're on board with Jack Smith in P3. Alex Forster still very handy indeed in 4th position from Chris Blake and Christian Gillian. Nice to see Christian getting some decent results. Scott Hunter 7th, he's having a good strong run. And Aidan Ingram, I thought we'd lost him out of the top 10. And I wasn't looking further up because he's actually late. So well done, Aidan. Really good stuff from him. And we might have a 3-way battle. We had I can't remember if it was this round or I think Croft was the best racing that we had overall, where we had Charlie Devlin and Jack Smith pretty much side by side for at least 1.5 races in total, and then we had Thomas Potter nipping through on the last knockings, as it were. I don't know if Thomas is poorly. Oh, he's down in 11th because he's had a couple of races where he's not felt himself. But he's down in 11th place at the moment. But yeah, Aidan Ingram having a good go. Down to 9th again is Aidan, but again still to be in the top 10. Super progress from the youngster there. There's Scott Hunter. in 7th place at the moment, trying to chase down Christian Gillian. Lap 6 of 10. It's Devlin from Bugner and Smith. Now, is Scott Bugner going to put the kibosh on Jack Smith coming through quickly again, and now Charlie Devlin to get away down the road? It doesn't look like that at the moment. Smith just setting the fastest lap, Glenn, which is, I reckon, in battle. So that's not too bad for him. Oh, he's not battling at the moment. He's still got a little bit to try and catch up. But interestingly, Charlie Devlin not really getting away, and it's almost a three-way battle. But hopefully they'll all join together and get stuck in with each other.
Yeah, well, as one of the drivers said, a half a second coming onto this straight is perfect for tow. So when it's for Jack, it's a double tow now, isn't it?
Yeah, he should be able to close in. So there'll be no excuses for him not to get a second podium. And he's having a look at the inside here of Scott Bugner. Does the Scott cuts across? Scott held onto that well. Is he going to give it back? And maybe feeling a little bit guilty. He's certainly not trying to power his way too far around the outside. Little tap again from Scott. So these two joshing each other. This is where Charlie Devlin is going to start to get away. If they start messing around with each other and having, and you can see he's actually getting away well here. So Charlie Devlin, who has had some, was saying in his interviews, had some bad luck over the course of it. But I always say to drivers, it comes back to you if you stick with it. The good luck will come back to you, and that I think is what's happened to Charlie here. I'm not saying this is a lucky lead, anything but you will get good fortune races as well as the bad ones.
I think Scott's up there in 7th and going well.
Had a great run, isn't he, Scott Hunter?
Yeah, very good. And catching it looks like Christian.
Yeah, I think Scott could be in line. Maybe could be our second Scottish driver of the round if he keeps this up, because we do look at progress of the drivers as well. Scott hasn't had a top 10 so far, and that usually, Glenn, is the curse of the commentator as soon as we start saying that. As Becky Aparicio, who commentates with me normally, will know, it's still side by side for second place. Alex Forster and Chris Blakey. Chris is in line for driver of the round as well at the moment with 2 races down. Tempted to say, oh, there we go, as soon as we mentioned driver of the round. A little bit of contact, inadvertent of course from Alex Forster, might get looked at in a judicial. Hard lines Alex and hard lines as well Chris Blakey. Could hang on for a top 10 again though, Chris Blakey, as the battle for second is now in favour of Jack Smith. So Smith is past, but we're coming to the end of lap 8, 2 laps to go. Jack Smith starting to drift around a little bit. Drifting seems to be the quicker way in the virtual cars. I'm guessing if you're drifting for real, you're losing a little bit of time in the real world.
Yes, generally, of course. If you're going in a straight line, you're going faster. But again, Scott's hanging on, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good peddler. He's
gonna get by. He'll hang on, won't let go. Impressive.
Yeah. Scott's going to get 4th in the championship back here. I'm not quite sure. 184. He might actually even start to get close to Thomas Potter in 3rd place in the championship, which would be a mega result for him as we look back a little bit further down the order with Paul Laramie and Thomas Potter 10th and 11th getting stuck in, and Thomas in the car nearest to virtual camera at the moment goes from the inside, passes Paul Laramie. So Thomas starting to make progress, but this has been, I think Thomas would have been wishing this had been a drop score round so far, because he was in the top 10, but say normally on the podium or just shy of the podium as Scott Bugner has another go. He's exiting Peel corner, coming down into the, and actually not letting Jack Smith get away with anything at the moment. So Jack's probably having to think a little bit defensively. Jack's still got the fastest lap, so points wise that will mean a 2-point advantage in this race as it stands at the moment to Charlie Devlin out of the 20. I think he took 9 points away in the first race potentially. So he's closing up Charlie Devlin in terms of the points. If he can get fastest lap when he's out on his own as well, that may well help him. So Devlin on the last lap of the race and looking good here for an Anglesey double on the circuit that he despises, and I'm not going to let him forget that.
He must be despising it a little bit less, surely.
I mean, this is Charlie's quick wherever you put him, as is Jack, and Scott Bugner has kind of been the man of the series, so I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done in rear-wheel drive. But here's our race leader, and he's going to start right at the back in race 3 on the points that he scored, a maximum, and I reckon we might be looking at a first triple win of this championship, which is going to be no mean feat. It's going to be a little bit of history writing. I'm hoping that Scottish Legends will let us do another Scottish Legends Cars Championship at some point. It'd be great if we do get the chance to do that again and build even more history, as Charlie Devlin is going to make it 2 out of 2 here on the Coastal Circuit on Anglesey. Started 18th, as you can see from the graphic. Super result for him. Jack Smith in P2 and Scott Bugner in 3rd place. We get our first podium interview of the evening with Scott Bugner. So well done, Scott. 4th position. Great drive from Alex Forster. Also from Christian Gillian and Scott Hunter in P6. Craig Curtis in 7th from Chris Blakey. Then it was Thomas Potter who got the fastest lap on the last tour of the race. So Thomas getting into form. And we'll be starting nearer the front next time. Aidan Ingram gets another 10th place. Well done, Aidan. Top 10 for Aidan Ingram, repeating what he did at Oulton Park. So that's a super job, and getting into the top 10 from outside the reverse grid zone. So well done to him. 11th was Lee Piercy from Harry Irvin, then Kian Haig, Andy Carroll next up from Caden Cook and Paul Laramie. Callum Enstone in 17th from Jack Dickerson. Catherine Potter having a few struggles over the course of this round, and more chats after this break. And we are back indeed. Thanks for having a look at our adverts. And we say congratulations, Scott Bugner, on 3rd position. Great to have you back on the Scott. And really good racing from you today. Good, clean stuff. Whether it was Jack Smith trying to get past you or Charlie Devlin, been putting in some good battles. And that's going to, I think, with the points that you scored, certainly going to put you back into 4th in the championship. Maybe knocking on the door of 3rd, because Mr. Potter's not having a great evening so far, but there were those results that you've had, even with a bit of contact in the previous race as well.
Yes, yeah, they're a lot quicker than me, but I can't make it easy for them. I have to try and fight with it if I can. I can't roll over, but yeah, no, it was really good, consistent points. I think I've been like 4th and 5th pretty much every race. To be honest with you, I think I've had one race with the 2nd podium. So yeah, no, it's good stuff. I didn't like the last chicane at the start, but actually I'm getting a bit more used to it now.
We were saying about most of you guys on the virtual stuff. There's a lot of racing on, cool and premium circuits or GP circuits, international GT and stuff like that, and not very much on the English club side. And I think that may be why people aren't so keen on it. But the other thing I'm going to raise, and I do talk to you about this a lot, and apologies for doing that one, but I know your preference is front wheel drive, but you're a handy peddler in these as well.
I wouldn't say I was handy. I think I'm average. I'm in the middle. I'm getting used to it. It's getting too late now. I'm getting towards the end, but yeah, it's just slowly but surely getting there. But rear wheel drive, it just takes me a little while just to get used to it. Front wheel drive, I can jump in one straight away and be sort of like there. But I'm getting used to it. I'm sort of following now. When Jack passed me, I'm following what he does and stuff, and it kind of helped because I managed to get back past him again for another little bit. But yeah, no, it's really good racing. It's always good racing with Jack, and it's always clean and tidy with a little bit of elbow barging, and same with Charlie. So yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, roll on front wheel drive.
Yeah, I think you got a long wait for that actually, because we've got 8 weeks of Formula Ford in the new year, unless we run something concurrently as well. But are you doing Formula Ford, by the way?
I've signed up for it, so yeah, I think I will be. Yeah.
Oh, good lad, good lad. We're gonna have a blast on that one. It's so good that championships like Scottish Legends and Super Classic Formula Ford are happy to work with us on these things, and any sim racing is great, but just to get people involved and have a little link with a real world championship is super. How's life outside of the car anyway?
Yeah, life's good. Yeah, no, life's good. It's getting close to Christmas, so I do quite like Christmas. So, but yeah, cars in body shop getting straightened and bits and bobs. So yeah, get that back hopefully in the new year, and then all eyes ahead for the racing season.
Excellent. Okay, Scott. Well, hopefully we'll have a chat with you in race 3. Good scores, so a lot of work to do. But we'll say well done on the podium. Great to speak to you, and good luck for the 3rd race.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Thanks, Scott. Second chat of the evening with Jack Smith. Said we'd have another chat with Jack, didn't we? In the first one, but another podium and some great racing again. But what we haven't seen yet is the chance for you to go wheel to wheel with Charlie, and that might be a possibility, hopefully, in the final.
Yeah, again, just got a little bit unlucky at the start. We were about to have a battle and then got potted off, so I was like, oh, there it goes. And then Charlie wandered off, so I was like, yeah, that's going to be it for this race, I think. So, yeah, and then just making my way through the field again. Got back up to Scott again. It was like a repeat of race 1, so yeah, no, it was decent. I think me and Scott had a much more intense battle that time. He was going for dive bombs that I didn't think was even possible. So yeah, he's proved me wrong. So fair play, and managed to hold him off, and he came back, to be fair. And then yeah, just again trying to catch Charlie, but I think that battle with Scott had just set me back too far to be able to get anywhere close to Charlie towards the end of that. So yeah, fair play, and yeah, we'll see what we can do. Full reverse next, so yeah, it's gonna be a little bit different. Yeah,
proper Legends cars thing that is, isn't it? Going full reverse. So we're excited to see how that goes. Is your love for or dislike for Anglesey any less on the coastal than it was for the international last time?
Yeah, well, you've got rid of those 2 rubbish hairpins, so I'm happy with that. And I quite like the little last sector. Now it's a nice left-hander and a right-hander, and you flick it through the final corner, and it's just so, like, when you get it right, it's so good. So I really like this version compared to the old one, but you know, it's still bottom of the barrel, I think, for me. So yeah, I mean, it's an alright track, but yeah, I can't get that flow like I do with other circuits. So yeah, I'm sure it's, like I said, I think I said this last time, it's one of them circuits where I bet in real life, I bet it's unreal, but like on the sim, it's just, you've not really got like references and stuff, so it's, yeah, it just feels a bit numb, but yeah, no, I'm sure it's a great circuit in real life, but yeah, just not for me on the sim.
I think what we might do next time is, and I don't know if Rich or Harry or Andrew Donald will be listening into this one, but originally I was thinking of, for the calendar, if we were going to do 8 rounds, have at least 2 clockwise Knockhills and 1 anti-clockwise in the middle, so start and finish with Knockhill. Maybe put a Mondello in for one, because I think the Scottish Championship, I think, has maybe been to Mondello once, so that might be a thing that we could do, try and keep it at least northern, if nothing else. Obviously you've got your Crofts and your Oultons as well, which is good. One thing I've got to say though, Jack, is now we've got Glenn Burtonshaw with us in the commentary box. Glenn can tell you how much you need to be getting in one of the Scottish Legends experience.
No, 100%. Yeah. I've been eyeing that up for sure. So I think I may give that a shot whenever I'm up there. So yeah, I'll definitely keep an eye out.
You're up there, Jack. He'll sort you out. You'll have fun.
Yeah, 100%. No, it looks super fun. They feel fun in the sim, and everyone who's driven one in real life says it feels exactly the same as the sim as well. So if it's like that, then I'm sure it'd be a blast, wouldn't it? So yeah, looking forward to that for sure.
I think you'd enjoy it. Well done. Good to see you, Jack. We'll maybe see you for podium number 3 a little bit later on with the final race coming up in a minute.
Cool. I'll try my best, mate. I'll try my best.
Good stuff. Jack Smith then with another podium and another win for the Mystery Machine. Charlie Devlin makes it 2 out of 2. I said I'm not going to let you forget this, but you used the word despise on the track, and you've got 2 wins now. So how's that for irony?
Yeah, I'll take 2 wins. I still hate this circuit. I could get 100 wins here. I wouldn't care. I still hate this circuit. Yeah, another good race in the bank. Got fairly lucky at the start, up at the hairpin at the top after the long straight. I saw someone was going quite deep onto the brakes, and I saw they were going to hit me and Jack. Luckily, I just about managed to steer it out of the way. I think Jack, that car was kind of in his blind spot, so I'm not surprised that car hit him. But yeah, I just managed to avoid that and then get myself around. There was a car pointing straight at me on the rejoin, which was scary. I think a little bit of poo shot out. But yeah, managed to get back to the front again. Scott, I was hoping that Scott wouldn't fight me. I'm gonna mess this up now. That Scott was gonna realise I wasn't gonna fight him too hard until the end, because I really didn't want Jack catching up.
Yeah.
Obviously, because as soon as you get him within that 4/10, 3/10 range, the slipstream is unbelievable. So yeah, if you have someone who's 2 or 3 tenths a lap off the pace, they're going to be on your bum for the entire race. So yeah, I tried to make the move on Scott up to that hairpin at the end of the straight, or the 90 left, just because I thought I had more pace through the twisty section. So I thought if I can get him there, if I can get him out of that 3 or 4 tenth window on that 1 lap dash, he would then be out of the slip, and then Jack would catch him up and they would fight. So Jack wouldn't then be able to catch me. So yeah, another good race in the bank, another very, very small points game, but we're making ground forward.
It all counts. I mean, it could make that. I always say that it doesn't matter whether it's 1 point gain or anything else to any driver at any point in the season. They all count, don't they? And you know, it can be a 1 point victory in the championship at the end.
Yeah, absolutely. It can go right down to the wire. We saw that with the Formula One on Sunday. That Max, you know, he's over 100 points behind after Zandvoort, I think, and he brought it all the way back to 2 points behind. So yeah, anything can happen on any round of the season. So yeah, just got to keep pushing forward.
Mega job, mate. We've got a minute to go for the next race. So Charlie, well done on 2 out of 2. No pressure, but we haven't had a hat trick yet, and it looks like it might be on the cards, and that's not the curse of the commentator. So best of luck to you anyway.
Thank you.
Charlie Devlin there, double winner. Have we had a double in the 2 heats so far? I'm just checking back. It was Jack Smith and Thomas Potter at Knockhill. Jack Smith and Daniel Heaps at Croft. It was Charlie Devlin and Daniel Heaps here on Anglesey. Smith and so first driver to win 2 opening races of the campaign, Glenn. So a really good performance from him. We've only got 20 seconds before the cars kick off again, with Catherine Potter and Jack Dickerson on the front row. Anyone apart from anyone standing out for you? I mean, obviously the front guys do, but anyone else sort of tickled your fancy this evening?
Well, I have been impressed by Scott. Actually, both of the Scotts, to be fair.
Yeah.
They've impressed, yeah.
Well, let's see who's going to impress in this one as we wait for the lights to go out, which they do now, and it is Jack Dickerson and company off the front, with Jack Dickerson leading away, Catherine Potter dropping back a little bit. Cat normally these days a top 10 driver, and slots down into 4th place at the moment. 3 wide as 4 wide as they go into the banking, and they'll have a big sort out. It's Paul Laramie that comes through around the outside and takes the lead from Andy Carroll. Jack Dixon down to 3rd, Harry Irvine in 4th. Love to see Harry get a decent shot here as well. Then it's Cat Potter 5th from Callum Enston, Lee Piercy and Cian Haig. Lee Piercy has not had the rub of the green today. He's had sort of front starts, but has had no luck at all, which is a bit of a shame. Caden Cook next up from Cian Haig. Thomas Potter, after a couple of dismal heats, really got to say, from Thomas's standards, well back. And there's contact there. Cian Haig onto the back end again of Lee Piercy, and everybody else getting collected as well. Caden Cook in the same place as I think he did in race number 1, with Craig Curtis going around as well. So we lose several cars, which is a pity. But again, it's that sort of bottleneck that you get here when you go up into Rocket for the first time, as Glenn said earlier on in the race. Maybe on lap 2 when we start to get a bit of sort out, but at the sharp end of things, which we're looking at now, or the sharp end of the bottom end of the top 6, probably we're looking at the moment, we've got Paul Laramie leading from Andy Carroll, Callum Enstone in 3rd, so Callum's having a good start to this one. Then Jack Dixon, Harry Irvine in 5th. Good to see Harry having a decent run in this one as well. And then Cian Haig 6th, with Christian Gill and Thomas Potter. Jack Smith significantly ahead of Charlie Devlin now. He's in 9th. Alex Forster is in 10th place. Charlie Devlin in 11th. So this is where the sort out happens. And are we going to see the mystery machine catch up? It, again, like real life legends racing, particularly Scottish legends cars, it's an absolute pain in the neck to know where to look, isn't it?
Oops. Oh, yes, of course it is, yeah. Oh, dear.
Yeah, a little bit of contact and car going down. And yeah, there can be battles, you know, you sometimes want to keep your eye on the top scorers from races 1 and 2 coming through, but equally you want to focus on maybe someone who's starting off the front and perhaps having their best run, learning the art of. And I'm guessing there is a pressure when you go into the reverse grid for the first time, and you've got to cast your mind back a few years now, Glenn. But how nerve-wracking is it going in the real world, in the front of the grid for the first time on a final?
Yeah, and of course the problem is you can end up just watching your mirrors all the time, and you're not looking at going forward. You're just worrying about what's on its way to you. And I always found there was always a danger. There was just like a train of cars. One car would go through and leave a gap that a train of cars would go through, and you just can't get back on the racing line. So looking forwards, and it only happens once you're up to enough of a speed that's not a problem.
Yeah.
You are going at pretty much the pace of everybody else, then you don't need to look in your mirrors for that. I'm rooting for Harry here. He's doing great.
Yeah, so this is what it's about. Really getting stuck in, and every so often, you know, the track will fall right for you and start to get some decent results. So 4th position at the moment for Harry. He goes up to 3rd place now. So Callum Enston dropping back. So Harry Irvine on a potential podium here. Is he going to be able to hang on? He's got, I think, Thomas Potter behind him at the moment, then Charlie Devlin, and that means we've lost Jack Smith somewhere along the line. So my apologies for Jack as to missing what happened to him, but this is looking like Charlie Devlin's round points-wise, as Thomas Potter looks down the inside of Harry Irvine here. Nice clean move from Thomas there, down the inside, and continues to climb up to Peel, then downhill, but still good stuff from Harry. And the aim is going to be when you're starting towards the front. I don't think Harry actually started that far up, did he? So he's made ground here. He's going to go for the sweep down the inside. Has to look at Thomas Potter. Harry's not given up here. Good stuff, Glenn.
No, it's great. I must admit, when I looked at the practice times, I fancied Thomas Potter to do really well. He'd done a lot of laps. They were fast.
He's gone there or there. He's one of the youngest drivers, Thomas. He's actually only just old enough to drive in junior formally on the circuits, and he's going to be racing in the VRRC Fiesta Junior Championship. Was penciled in to do Ginetta Juniors next year, but I think when they look closer at the testing that you need to be doing, I mean, a lot of drivers coming into Ginetta are now testing at age 9, and I'm not kidding. You know, it sounds like a flippant comment, and probably do a season's. Some of them do a season's worth of driving before the season starts. I'm not naming names. Oh, and contact there as Paul Laramie gets a little bit of side contact and disappears off the track. Disappointment for Paul. He's going to be outside the top 10. I'll wrap up the point I was starting to make, which is Thomas is racing in Fiesta Juniors next year. So,
right.
And he's busy testing those at the moment, but about to come under pressure from Charlie Devlin. So it's Andy Carroll from Thomas Potter, then Charlie Devlin, who was up into 3rd. And Charlie has got Daniel Heaps with him now, and Daniel Heaps putting loads of pressure on. And having a look, Daniel's been a little bit cool so far this evening. Scott Bugner's doing 6th and getting good points. He comes through challenging Harry Irvine. Charlie Devlin now gets the fastest lap. He has been the absolute master of this round so far. And Devlin about to challenge. We go on board with Daniel Heaps throwing it down the inside. A little bit of contact on the back end of the mystery machine. I'm wondering actually whether if there is contact, Charlie Devlin will unmask Dan Heaps at the end like they did in the cartoons. That would be typical, wouldn't it, to be able to do. If he ever gets that livery, he's got to get that livery for real on a Legends car, so he's got to get James Newbury to do that.
Yeah, James would.
I think he would, because he runs in the cars liveries. Up the inside now goes Charlie Devlin, past Thomas Potter. There's Daniel Heaps. Lovely to see Daniel back on form. Good to see Thomas Potter up at the sharp end as well. So it's Potter in P2 and Charlie Devlin in 4th place. And Andy Carroll now. Andy Carroll's a great driver with VRRC as well. Haven't seen a lot of him today. That livery reminds me, the Andy Carroll livery, if it was more of a red than an orange, would remind me of the old Arco liveries. I'm not sure if Glenn was around when we had the Arco liveries in Eurocar and Legends as well. Sean McLaughlin, I think, had one of those for a while, probably showing my age a little bit.
I do remember McLaughlin came back and raced the Legend.
Right.
Maybe a season, like 7 or 8 years later. I think I remember being with him then. I don't remember the colours though. No, sorry.
Yeah, he was slightly darker orange than that, slightly fuller orange. As Thomas Potter looks around the outside, Charlie Devlin on the inside. This is what we wanted to see, and that is drivers going wheel to wheel with Charlie Devlin. They're really getting stuck in here, aren't they?
Yeah, he's getting battered around a little bit, but he's hanging on, isn't he?
He is. Let's see now. Devlin's going to try and get the run as they come up towards Rocket, and We'll try and go around the outside. This is proper Legends racing. You can expect to see 4 cars dicing it out. And Devlin's come through. Super stuff by Devlin. But here comes Daniel Heaps. He dives down the inside. And Thomas Potter fires off the double race winner, Charlie Devlin. There was contact from Thomas Potter. Now, Thomas normally gives the place back, but if he was to give the place back he'd have to lose 2 places here. So that one is probably going to go, I suspect, to a judicial. Not on purpose from Thomas, but there are a lot of drivers very keen to get into Rocket. A little bit too fast, perhaps, Graham.
Yeah, I think so. I think this is going to continue, though, isn't it? Until, mind you, Daniel's a fast driver, isn't he? And he's another one that did a lot of the practice, so he might be able to. Daniel and Thomas may well be able to pull themselves away a little bit.
Yeah, he could well do. So Daniel won race 2 on the international circuit. He was very quick there. I think spinning around was Andy Carroll there, so Andy's dropping back. Whether that was a bit of back-end contact. Who was it behind him? I didn't see contact, but the driver that was behind him was Charlie Devlin. I'm not saying that Charlie made contact. He probably didn't. It might have just been a loss of control. But that will be sorted out by Rich Hayden, our clerk of the course, watching it, watching all the incidents back tomorrow. He's got a lot of incidents to watch as well. Hey, the great thing with... Sorry, mate.
He's going to be busy.
He is going to be busy, yeah. He always is. And there's always a few people that get a little bit disgruntled as Thomas Potter is in the lead. Daniel Heaps throwing the car around as well, trying to get back in. Scott Bugner in 3rd place. Could Scott Bugner get his first Legends Cars win here as well? Charlie Devlin is still in the mix. We're only just over halfway, Ben. It's still carrying on. And again, this sort of typifies Legends in that when you get to the race 3, the drivers that, I mean, we've seen Scott Bugner have a great race and Charlie Devlin as well, but Thomas and Daniel haven't had the rub of the green, and I'm not saying they didn't start right at the front, but they were in better positions to get themselves towards the front. And that's the nice thing, isn't it, about Legends Cars racing, is that if you have rubbish heats or don't perform as well or have a problem, you get a sort of another bite of the cherry and a decent go of it in the final.
You do. It gives you one more chance to, in real world, be driving home feeling quite good about it.
So it's good stuff here with Thomas Potter out front at the moment. Let's have a quick look down and start to think about who might get driver of the round, which we won't announce until the podium presentations at the end. Scott Hunter is in 11th, so he's had, if he stays there, it'll be 2 11ths and a 6. So possibly Scott, very definitely his best round so far, as Daniel Heaps and Thomas Potter still going at it hammer and tongs, and Thomas being made to work the outside line, and Scott Bugner will be keeping a watching brief here. If there's a battle like this, what's your aim, Glenn? Is it to get stuck into the battle or see whether they take each other off?
See if they take each other off, yeah. You know, in real time, in real life, this could all get a little bit expensive, couldn't it? So I'm afraid for me it would be, if you two could go and play and take each other off on the grass, that would be lovely.
I mean, the other thing is as well, you've got to go to work on the Monday morning, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, there is that, yeah.
And, you know, I say that a lot, but a lot of drivers want to take the car home, and you were saying you're going to have a little bit of a break whilst you save the pennies for the new engine?
Yes, of course, yes. I mean, that's real life club racing, isn't it? You know, unless you have bountiful money, you've just got to save up and find a way of making it work. Because of this horrible drug that is motor racing.
It's great fun though, isn't it? It really is good, and it's not for me. You know, watching the action, the people are great as well, and this is proof of it here. Side by side stuff. Scott Bugner in 3rd. Daniel Heaps leads at the moment. Thomas Potter, and you can see taking a clean go at trying to get up on the inside there and giving space. But now Scott Bugner gets engaged, but the danger man's coming into it as well, and it's Charlie Devlin in P4. Look at Jack Smith back in 5th place, might be able to tow in as well if this quartet slow each other up. It's Daniel Heaps out front at the moment, already got some winning pedigree here around the Anglesey circuit, and now we've got Charlie Devlin back with them and trying to close in. Jack Smith trying to damage limitation here as well. He's only 1 place behind at the moment. There's a little tag, I think, on the back of Thomas Potter there, but nothing too serious. Oh, there is now though, as they come down through the bus stop, the last corner, and you can see as they tangle and tag each other, it's allowing the top 2 to get away. So it's Charlie Devlin up ahead of Thomas Potter into 3rd. Thomas, if he's on form, and here he comes, he's coming back, he's looking around the outside at School Corner and going for the run, and Jack Smith, from miles back, has caught them.
Yeah, yeah. And not far behind the leaders, of course, as well.
Alex Forster in the mix. You're right, yeah, they're still within shout, aren't they? Harry Irvine in 8th place is having a good run. Harry, I think, has had a better result than that. 7th, didn't he, at Knockhill in his first one. So running well, as they have a sort out as well, Potter and Devlin with Jack Smith in the mix. This is probably what I would have been tipping to have been the top 3 on this round, just to be boring and look at the championship points. These are the top 3 drivers in the championship points at the moment, but it's Daniel Heaps from Scott Bugner. Heaps has got a second lead now over Scott, so Scott having a good run in P2, and Jack Smith has find himself now big sideways slide there from Charlie Devlin, and Thomas Potter makes the most of that, tries to close in as they come down to this closing stage again, which we heard Jack Smith actually enjoys. So he's enjoying the circuit, but not now, because he has a half spin with Thomas Potter. That's going to free up Charlie Devlin for 3rd place, and a little bit of contact between them. Daniel Heaps now gets the fastest lap. So irrespective of is that car damage? He's sliding it around quite a lot, isn't he, Charlie Devlin? He's still in 3rd place. Wasn't involved in the contact there. Lap 11 of 12. Daniel Heaps could be on for the first win of the evening here. Multiple winner in the championship. Scott Bugner in P2. The gap coming down a little bit. Scott Bugner pulling in a couple of tenths. Still fastest lap of the race is with Jack Smith. And Jack at the moment down in 7th. He's got Chris Blakey ahead of him. He's got Thomas Potter ahead of him. Alex Forster as well between himself and Charlie Devlin. Devlin's very definitely going to cut down the championship lead here. Chris Blakey's had a pretty good round as well. So I might be thinking Chris Blakey or Scott Hunter for driver of the round in this one. Scott's still running in 11th, so he's strong. He's ahead of Caden Cook, Christian Gillian. Having a quick look down, Aidan Ingram down in 17th place. And Daniel Heaps, keeping it fairly even at the moment on that 8/10 of a second. It's all calming down a little bit, but a lap and a bit to go. And are we going to see some fireworks on the last lap, do you reckon?
No, it's possible. Suddenly there is like half a second gap or a second gap between everybody, isn't there? Suddenly it's a little bit more settled. But they're certainly trying the hardest.
Daniel Heaps loves a bit of drifting. He does that for real, and he's very much enjoying it. Maybe a dangerous thing to do, because he's going to scrub time off the car. It's a little bit of showboating from Daniel there. Scott Bugner in P2. Charlie Devlin is 8/10 down on him. I've got to say, at the moment, relatively settled as they come up the hill for the last time. And Daniel Heaps has done well here. So too, though, has Charlie Devlin on his points. Jack Smith back in 7th place. It's going to set us up for a wonderful championship finale, Glenn, next week. Are you going to be watching?
Yes, of course, yeah.
And Ben Mason's got a difficult act to follow now as he follows you into the comments box. I'm looking forward to chatting to Ben.
Ben's a natural.
That remains to be said. He will be. He'll be great with Ben. And we're delighted that we've got. We did try and get Carol Brown as well, but I don't think Carol's wanting to do anything at the moment, which is a great pity. Carol, the best female racing driver the UK has produced, in my opinion, as one of the top Irish drivers, comes across the line and takes the win. Daniel Heaps, congratulations. Daniel Heaps takes the win. Scott Bugner in P2 and Charlie Devlin, 3 podiums, makes it another top 3. So better write these down so I don't forget when we get onto the interview. It's Heaps from Bugner and Devlin. That's your top 3. And then Alex Forster, really good round. Probably, maybe even stronger for Alex Forster than the round he had driver of the round a couple of weeks ago. But we might look to give that accolade elsewhere to just acknowledge some of the drivers doing well. Scott Hunter does get into the top 10 in the end. So we said Heaps, Bugner and Devlin your top 3. Alex Forster 4th and Thomas Potter in 5th. Chris Blakey in 6th place, probably a contender for driver of the round as well. Harry Irvine with 7th in that one. Great performance there, Glenn, from Harry. Cat Potter, showing a lap down on that one. So, Cat Potter showing on 8th on time. Between Lee Piercy, Scott Hunter 10th, Caden Cook, Christian Gillian, Cian Haig 13th from Paul Laramie, Callum Enstone, Aidan Ingram in 15th from Jack Dickinson, Craig Curtis and Andy Carroll. And a word with our winner and 2nd and 3rd in just a moment. So on to our interviews. On our last interview of the day, depending on who gets it, we get an extra interview, and I'm going to kick off by introducing our driver of the round with categorically his best results off the series so far. Well done, Scott Hunter. Great to have you on the podium. Well done, Scott. What was the difference?
Consistency. I mean, two PBs. I got a PB on the last lap of races 1 and 2, and then a really great fun race on race 3. So yeah, consistency and fun.
What's the connection with the paddock? Currently and maybe going back.
Currently, nothing. Unfortunately, I've been out of it for a long time. But going back, I guess maybe you've picked up. My dad was Ali Hunter, Mr. Legends back in the day. And he's left it on with Andrew Donald with Scottish Legends Cars, who's obviously doing a great job, and the championship looks like it's really thriving. So it's amazing to see.
It's great to see. It's great to have you in the championship. Thank you for taking part and joining us. And actually, yeah, now I see it. That's Ali's old colours, isn't it?
Yes, it's hanging on the wall in my bedroom. Actually, he gave it to me as a picture of it when I was about 8 years old. So I tend to, if I'm going to pick a colour scheme, I'll go with this.
Any chance of getting you on track for real, or doing a bit more sim with us maybe at some point?
More sim, absolutely. It's great fun. On track, we'll have to see. I could potentially make a few nationals rounds. I live down south now, but
where are you living?
One day I could get in touch with Andrew and get on Scottish track. I'm in a place called Chippenham. It's just outside of Bath.
Oh, right, okay. So, yeah, we can't go to Coscoon, can we, really, with Legends Cars? But
no, they might get a bit hot.
That's good. If you're at a touring car meeting, but, I'd say this to everyone, but please come and say hello, introduce yourself. And if you don't know where to find me or what I look like, come and ask anyone with an ITV shirt for next year. We're doing it again next year. So please do come and say hello. Be great to see you. But, yeah, really good performance. Always thrilling for me. It's one of the things that I've always loved about championships is seeing people progress. It is about winners and podiums, but it's also about seeing drivers make progress and being pleased with that. So myself and Glenn Burtonshaw, who obviously runs in the Scottish Championship, ran in the Nationals many times. Actually, I'll throw a quick fact. I haven't mentioned this yet, and Glenn's going to get embarrassed now, but Glenn was one of the few drivers to actually win Legends World Championship. He was semi-pro world champion a few years ago, so it is a quality driver we have with us today. Is he embarrassed?
Sorry, Richard, I'm going to chop in there. Hi, Glenn. I didn't realise you were here. Nice to speak to you. It's been a long time.
Yeah, how you doing? How come I haven't seen you at the track for forever?
Life gets in the way, doesn't it?
Yeah. Good to see you.
And a good drive, a really good drive. Any thank yous you want to do, Scott? Or we need to move on to the podium at some point.
Quickly. Thank you to Rich for running the series. And a shout out to Dolly, Bruce, Smokey, Luna, and Imogen if she's watching.
Nice one, Scott. Thanks for taking part. I hope we can do another Scottish Legends Cars Championship. Maybe in the spring or early summer, because it's been great. Maybe get some more drivers involved, and certainly get some other. If drivers don't want to race, then they're welcome to come and join us in the comms box as well. But Scott, well done on a great performance this evening, and are you looking forward to Knockhill anti-clockwise next week?
I've never driven it anti-clockwise, so yes.
The testing's open already, and we've got Caden Cook, Craig Curtis, Paul Laramie, Chris Blakey, Cian Hagan, Kat Potter already testing on it. So everyone gets on it pretty early, don't they? But no, Scott, absolute pleasure to get to. Did I meet you in the Ali Hunter days? Were you around then? I can't remember.
Potentially, I would have been very small.
He was tiny.
Yeah, I probably would have been a bit smaller as well, but for the wrong reasons. But there we go. Scott, well done, mate. Lovely to chat to you. Congratulations on being our driver of the round. So well done, Scott. Absolutely superb stuff with our driver of the round. It was a close run thing. Not everyone can get one, but I think that was very, very well deserved. Let's go on to our podium, though, and the third step of the podium. Third podium of the evening, and a tough race, I think, there for Charlie Devlin. So, Charlie, well done. Undoubtedly top point scorer of the evening, and took a fair few points out of Mr. Smith there, kept him off the podium, decent points, but a difficult race. Talk us through what you remember of it.
It was obviously a very, very chaotic start. Obviously, we went, I think, 4 wide into turn 2. Me, Scott, Jack, and Daniel, possibly. Unfortunately, Scott got basically hit off there. I think it wasn't the smartest thing of three of us to make it four wide. Yeah, I basically tried to back out of it, but I just got squeezed by Jack and Daniel on my right and just got on my left, which obviously made him unfortunately depart the track. Going into the hairpin again, absolute carnage basically. Managed to avoid it for the third time, just about. And then, yeah, we kind of got into the race. There was some dodgy driving, I would put it. I won't say who or what was going on, but yeah, I didn't particularly think there was 100% fair racing going on there, and I think Jack got part of that as well. Obviously, it's quite unfortunate, but it's racing. It happens. Yeah, just another good points all. I think I'm only 3 or 4 points behind Jack now going into the final round, and that's obviously before penalties as well. So yeah, we will have to get my head down for Knockhill, because I think this next week is going to be an absolute nightmare for me.
Okay, mate. Well, 3 points is the gap. Looking at the, I mean, pre-judicial, 3 points between yourself and Jack. Jack Smith on 3-1-4, Charlie Devlin 3-1-1, Thomas Potter 2-4-2. Scott Bugner's got back into 4th place, only 2 points behind Thomas Potter, and then Daniel Heaps right behind them as well. So very close. And up into 6th has gone Alex Forster, who's having a good run as well. But Charlie, great entertainment from you this weekend. And as I say, you know, the good luck and the bad luck kind of, I think, tends to balance itself out in racing. I've watched it for many years, and you know, you did have some bad luck at the early part of the season. You've driven well, and as I mentioned in the commentary, it's not luck that you're getting on the podium; it is skill. But you're you know, not having the misfortune to hold you back. So well done on entertaining us this evening, and I'm pretty sure probably be top point scorer. And yeah, it gives us a good run for. Have you done Knockhill reverse yet, by the way?
I've literally just loaded into the server to.
Oh, there you are, yeah.
just to see what I'm in for this next week. So yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I would quickly like to say as well, big apology to Andy Carroll coming out of turn 1 on that race. I think I went to his inside, and then Assetto, sometimes if there's a bit of faulty internet, the car lags back into you, and Andy. Either I lagged forward or Andy lagged back basically into my front bumper, and then got spun onto the infield of turn 2. So yeah, I apologise for that. Hopefully there is no penalty coming my way, because I don't think that is either of our faults. I think that's just a bit down to the game and a bit of
pleading your case now, Charlie, are you?
Huh?
Are you pleading your case now?
Yeah, I just thought I'd say, you know, that's what happened in my point of view. So yeah, I'll leave that down to you, Rich. But
I think when the racing
my take on it.
When the racing gets closer, as it is closer, you know, in Legends, then those little lags are going to probably be magnified, aren't they, in some respect? But we'll let the Clark sort it out. But yeah, super performance anyway. Well done, Charlie. Great to speak to you. Have a good week. Look forward to catching up with you on our final round on Tuesday next week.
Thank you. I will give this everything.
I know you will.
around this, especially around this track that I've never done a single sector around. So yeah, we'll have to see how this goes.
Nice one. All the best.
Thank you.
So that was Charlie Devlin. 2 wins and a P3. Really good performance this evening. Great results. And same for Scott Bugner, one of the drivers that we were thinking about for driver of the round. We did go with Scott Hunter with the super improvement that Scott did, but the other Scott Bugner, we get a chat to him anyway, with another podium. So 2 podiums, Scott. Not a bad way to wrap up a Tuesday evening.
No, not a bad way at all. It was, yeah, I'm happy with that one. It was a bit frantic, cars dodging left, right, and centre, and reactions were. My eyes were wide open. I don't think I blinked through that. But no, it was really, really good. Really enjoyed it.
And yeah, again, I mean, Charlie was making the point. We go into the last round. I don't think many drivers have done anything anti-clockwise at Knockhill. So you know, it's not Knockhill's not a track that we do too much sim racing at. And I think it has its vagaries as far as sim racing is concerned. But it is the home of Scottish Legends. We are going back there, and yeah, it's going to be I think a learning experience for most people next week.
Yeah, I'm quite looking forward to doing the chicane downhill rather than going uphill and being blind. I'm quite looking forward to that one. But yeah, I mean, even the first corner is going to be well, the last/first corner is going to be pretty hectic. So yeah, I'm quite looking forward to it. I think I watched TCR do it a few years ago on YouTube. But yeah, no, I think it'll be really good, really good.
We look forward to that. Happy practicing, mate. Have a good week. Any thank yous before I chop you off?
Well, thanks to myself for getting the podium, I suppose.
Yeah.
No, just a big thanks to everyone. I think my mum and dad and missus and everyone are watching. They love a Tuesday night watching me race. So,
Nice.
but yeah, no, it's good, and we'll put on a show for the last one.
Look forward to that. Have a good week, Scott. Thanks. Well done on P2, and thanks for chatting to us as ever.
Cheers, thank you, take care.
Scott Booner P2, and on to our winner, Daniel Heaps, who has put the laps in. Tell us the story about races 1 and 2, but actually before you get there, I've got to say congratulations. Great win in the final, Daniel, but how did we get here?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't going to do race 3 at the start over the first 2 races.
Oh, wow.
The first race was just steering wheel felt weird. I literally just barely made it with the steering wheel, and yeah, I need to say sorry to the people I punted off at the second corner on the first race. But yeah, it was going well then after that until I hit a curb and nearly flipped.
Oh.
So I ended up 10th in that race. Then in the second race, I was on third place. I was like, okay, we could get another win here. Sitting at the line, my wheel just shaked out of nowhere, and all of a sudden I had no steering, so I had to leave the race.
Right.
To stop everyone crashing.
Yeah, you do need a bit of steering, though. It does help, particularly around Anglesey.
Oh yeah, you definitely need your steering wheel.
So yeah, we're just sort of depriving you of time getting on. Do you get on practice straight away, or are you going to have a little bit of a break after that win?
Well, now that Charlie said that he's down, I might go on myself, just see how it is.
He's not banged in a quick time yet, but I'm sure he will. But yeah, there's a lot of drivers getting on ready for the last one. But busy week lined up. What does your week look like out of the sim?
Yeah, now we're busy. We're getting stuff prepped for the new year and the minis and all, and the micro. So we're getting everything ready basically for next year.
Cool. That's good.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Well done, Daniel, on winning the final. Always great to have a little natter with you, and good way for you to go out of the penultimate round. I'm glad that you made it through and took the decision to race. So well done on the win, and we'll see you next week, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Daniel Heaps, our race winner there. We heard from Scott Bugner in P2, Charlie Devlin, our round winner, I think provisionally, and then Scott Hunter, our driver of the round. From Glenn. Glenn, thanks for joining us, mate. Really catch up with you. Look forward to seeing you for real at some point. Harry Irvin, we mentioned before, has done the series of documentaries, and I apologise to Harry. I think I am a voiceover for the Michael Weddell one. I do need to look at that and get the voiceover done on the racing for that one. But people can learn a little bit more about you and the car that you drive by watching that video, can't they? So great little films that Harry's put together.
I think he's done an absolutely fantastic. I mean, it's embarrassing because I'm in it, but the style of filming that he does, I think is fantastic. He's got. I'm not aware of anything that's quite like it. It's got its own feel, which is really good. And all the others I've seen, they're interesting. He keeps it interesting.
Yeah, it's a really good thing, and they're on the Legends Nation Facebook page. I've posted the link, and if you need the link from any of us, then let us know. We'll ping it on. So Glenn, obviously wish you very well indeed with the progress towards getting into the water cooled car. When realistically do you think that might happen?
I just don't know. I've just got to keep saving and see what happens. Obviously, I need to hopefully sell my two 1250 engines because that'll help part fund it, and it will just take as long as it takes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But that's life, isn't it? That's racing.
It is racing. We look forward to seeing you on track, and hopefully we'll see. Will you be at a toke around? If you ever want to come along, come and say hello. It'd be great to catch up with you.
Along anyway. Yeah, for sure. I hope if Andrew will have me. I'll just come along and help him for the weekend.
Cool. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. Well, looking forward to seeing you on those. But thanks ever so much for joining us. It's been a real pleasure. This is the great thing about I love doing the co-commentary because you're getting all sorts of people in and having a chat, watching racing, which is what we love to do. And anyway, love to the family, Glenn. Thanks again, and we'll catch up with you soon.
All right, you take care.
Thanks, Glenn, and thanks to Steve Allen for some great direction once again, and looking after us today. Picked up on all the things we wanted to see. The backdrop that we've been looking at is Knockhill Circuit, where we're going back to next week. Current and multiple champion with Legends Cars Scotland, Ben Mason, joining us, which is going to be a real treat to have an evening chatting with Ben. As it was with Glenn tonight, as I say, a semi-pro world champion in Legends Cars. There are not many drivers can say they've done that, but we've been very, very lucky with the standard of racing personalities we have with us over VRRC recently. So thanks to Glenn and for everybody who makes it possible. Scottish legends, Andrew Donald, Harry Irvin, thanks for working with us, and we'll look forward to our finale. Just 3 points in it as we go into the last round. Couldn't have written a script better than that. It's closer than the F1 was, isn't it? And nicer people involved as well. From me, everyone at VR, have a great week. Entries are open for the Super Classic Formula Ford official championship, and if you're worried about it looking full, don't worry, because we'll take as many drivers as we can. And we have some ex-Formula Ford Festival winners lined up for it. We've got real-world drivers. We've got some quick sim drivers from other competitions coming in as well. I hear some youngsters coming up through the ranks as well. It's going to be every bit as good as our Legends Championship that we've enjoyed over the last few weeks. But we've still got one more Legends round to go, and what a great way to see us into Christmas. Thank you for watching today. We'll see you next week for our last blast for the official Scottish Legends Cars Esports Championship with Virtual Reality Racing Club. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.
Between the two of them,
The inside of coats.
Marcus gets too heavily involved.
And that's white-headed coats.